Hi everybody, how you guys doing today? What I wanted to talk with you about was a New York Times website called Room for Debate. Actually, I suppose calling it a website is a bit of a misnomer. It is more of an offering within the larger New York Times universe. It is a wonderful opportunity for teachers. If you go to this website, what you're going to find is a series of debates that are presented by the New York Times editorial staff. So the first one that comes up here is overcrowding a legitimate threat? And of course, this is a current event, like all of the debates that they come up with. So as you begin to scroll down through here, you will find literally hundreds of other current event debates that can hopefully be used in your class to try and discuss important issues with your students. I wanted to share with you guys a little bit today about these debates, how they can be used in your class, or at least how I use them in my class. If we go to the first one that's right here, is overcrowding a legitimate debate, we see more or less the general lineup of the website. When you get here, you see 6 different experts on given areas that might be in some way tangentially be related to overcrowding, such as Overconsumption is a Grave Threat by Frederick Pierce, It's Not a Numbers Problem by Laurie Mazur, and Asia Must Build a Less Wasteful Economy by Chandran Nar. Each one of these figures, not to go through them all, is going to be an expert, and their credentials are then offered to you. If you click on any one of them, they offer a short, usually somewhere between 500 and 1,000-word explanation of their ideas about what is happening. This is wonderful because at that length, all of these can be handed out to students. So what I like to do with this is, let's say, for example, take is overpopulation a legitimate threat to humanity and the planet, and give the 6 different opinions provided by the New York Times to 6 different groups of students in my class. At that point then, the students have an option to research what each one of these people has said and then to pick up from what they have said and debate in the class. Now, there are any number of ways in which they can debate, but using these as a springboard to begin their conversation is an excellent way to try and touch on some of the major issues of the time. Now, this is not the only style or the only type of debate that's offered. If we scroll down here a little bit, back to where we were just a moment ago, we will also see is testing students the answer to America's education woes. Inside this, what you're going to find is that there are not 6 debaters this time, but just 2 debaters. These 2 debaters, again, experts in their fields, rather than offering up single 500 to 1,000 word explanations of their opinion, in this case, debate throughout. So one person speaks, then the next person speaks, and then we're back to the next person, and so on, and so on, and so on. This is another interesting idea, because at this point, the students have an opportunity to follow a long-running debate held by experts. They can see how experts debate, they can look at their evidence, and try to determine their effectiveness. Now, if we go back here to the beginning of this, I said that I allow my students to use this. I need to maybe clarify that I teach both history and English. So when I say my students, I do mean all of my students in this case because it can be used in different ways. As a history teacher, this is a wonderful piece, as I already said, to discuss current events, but also to allow students an opportunity to research and to look into other people's research, what their argument is and whether or not that argument is legitimate or accurate. As an English teacher, I use this so students can study the rhetoric of the different actors. They can look and see whether or not the argument is effective, and if it is or is not effective, what we as the audience should take from it. Now, none of that is to say that this website is perfect, whereas it is very easy to use, and all the information here is laid out in a fantastic style. The website does not offer any sort of audio or video backup. So if you have lower level students who are not going to be able to understand what these experts are saying or are not going to take the time to read the 500 to 1,000 word excerpts that they provide, you will struggle with this website and perhaps it is not for you. There's another website that I would go ahead and recommend to you right now called Intelligence Squared, where they do offer video and audio support for the debates that are being had, but if you're dealing with higher age students or with more advanced students who can read this and who will be engaged with the debate, I think it is a fantastic way to keep your students informed and hopefully to get them started on a topic that they may not fully understand yet. Please go to the site, check it out. If you have any questions about it, feel free to email me or ask anything. I would love to talk with you about it. Again, this is one of my favorite tools to use with both my history and English students, and I think it does a fantastic job of working through any number of skills. Okay, you guys, have a good day.